Okay. Good afternoon, good evening. How was tea? Yeah, I can see people are still late. They had some leak thing again today. Yeah? It's the leaks, it's keeping them there. Okay. So if you do have your devices and you have friends who are still not come back to the seats, might be a good time to use those and say, hey, why don't you get back into the main hall? Because we're just about to kick off the final session, and I'm telling you, this is going to be the crown on the whole event, right? So I'd also like to request, if there are any tables that are empty, people in the back, hi. Those in Greenland, way back there. Hi. Greenland, Siberia. You guys in the back there, hello. Hi. Are you having fun? I'm using my voice as best as I can to reach all of you. But it can be easier if you do come forward. Anyway, let's start off. We have a wonderful session. It's actually 2 sessions together, right? And what we're going to look at is 2 wonderful areas: nurturing leadership with heart intelligence and cultivating a F-word culture. So I'm not going to let you interpret that in any way other than the way the speaker will. But before we get there, I'd like to introduce the 2 speakers to you. All right? You all feel energized? Yes. Do you feel energized? You want me to do something? No? I have a friend here, right? He's like, when you go to the stand-up comedy sessions, you have the heckler in the audience, always tries to get under your skin, right? So he keeps me going because he gives me material. All right? So I thank you for that. Much love to you, much love to you. Yeah? Give him a round of applause. So something that the engineering and product track people, raise your hands. Okay, so you missed something because we were in the leadership track. I shared a story about one thing that I know. I know what keeps all of you in that low energy mode. Yeah? Can anybody from the leadership track share what it was? What's inside them? What's inside them? What's the name? Bade Hinganna. Have you heard of that? Huh? The beggar in the belly, right? So you have a beggar in your belly that, always demands some attention. So you need to feed the fellow. And then after you feed the fellow, the moment you get food into the Bade Hinganna, what does the Hinganna want to do? Doze off and sleep. So we need to stop that. Yeah? We need to stop that. We need to do something to get you energized. And these 2 speakers are going to do definitely that. So let me introduce 2 wonderful friends, good friends. And I can say one of them is actually my guru. I learned coaching from her. And she's one of the founding members of an association of what we call the professional coaches. And they were involved in launching the ICF Colombo chapter. For you, that is International Coaching Federation Colombo chapter. Both these speakers were part of the charter exco of that. And I'm happy to say that I'm part of that organization, and I want to introduce them right. So although this is been written down, it's coming from here. So Andrea Jayatilleka is currently she's an ICF coach trainer, executive leadership coach, and the regional director for Southeast Asia for Coach Masters Academy, Singapore. She is one of the founding members of the Association of Professional Coaches in Sri Lanka, dedicated to uplifting the coaching industry. She actively promotes coaching standards, working alongside ICF to enlighten individuals, groups, and society through positive change and professional development. The next speaker will be Azeem Saheer. And Azeem Saheer is a human capital specialist and facilitator from Luminary Learning Solutions. He has over 16 years of global expertise as a leader in aligning learning with impact. He is also an ICF PCC coach, professional certified coach, Genos certified emotional intelligence practitioner, host of EI Cafe with Azeem, the podcast, and an expert of innovative methodology, Lego Serious Play. He's passionate about inspiring people to foster meaningful connections. So these two coaches will be enthralling you and engaging with you and definitely going to keep that bade hinganna away. On a personal note, I'd like to share that Andy, as I call her, has been my coach on this journey of mine, becoming a professional coach, and she's been guiding me right throughout. So I have some investment in this, seeing her on stage, because you never cease to amaze me, Andy, with what you do. And it's always good to be able to see your guru on stage and just doing her magic. So I always learn a lot from her, and I'm sure you will too. So please join me in welcoming our next speaker, all right? And she's going to be speaking about nurturing leadership with heart intelligence. So please give it up for Andrea Jayatilleka.
Good evening, everyone. My heart is full just listening to Roshantha. I'm deeply humbled by that introduction. And lots of pressure, right? He's kind of put Azeem and me in trouble by telling us that we are going to be like taking you to some other place. So let's see what happens. So can I invite all of you to kind of take your right hand and just touch, just check if your heart is there. Come on. Some are not sure. They're kind of, yeah? Lovely. Is it there? Can you feel it? Can you sense it? Okay. Yeah, so the topic we're going to be speaking about is heart intelligence. I want to ask this question from all of you. I know that leadership is something that, especially in the IT sector, right? We know that leadership is something that because of all the changes that are happening, we need to step into leadership roles much, much, much faster than before. People who agree with me, hands up. So we used to take 10 to 5 years to get promoted into leadership. Now in 5 years, 3 years, we see people have to take up leadership roles, right? So can I have hands up for people who think, yes, that's happening? A show of hands? Ah, okay. So it is happening, right? It is real. It is happening. So this is definitely changing in the leadership landscape. And when I work with leaders, when they step into the leadership role, especially when they're very young, right, I'm metaphorically going to bring a pianist into action, right? So in those first years, or when they just get into leadership, you know what the pianist playing in the first stages is like? So let's just listen to this to see how does that sound. How many of you have felt like this as you first got into your leadership role? Hands up. Yeah, I have people who come to me and say, I really don't know what to do. I've never led a team. And then you start doing this a little bit more. And what happens is, 1 year after, you may start to sound like this. Yes, what happened? Something happened, right? And then we continue to be in the leadership role, and probably 2 years after, it might sound like this. And then, does it stop there? No, no, no. 3 years after, it may sound like this. So at this point, some of them tell me, Andrea, I really can't do this role. I'm really good at tech. I'm really good at engineering. Why can't I do that and not have to lead teams? So some want to drop out, but they still continue. If they don't drop out and they continue, they may start to sound like this. something's happening, right? I call this one buttock playing on one buttock. So have you played the leadership game like that on one buttock? I'm sure you have, right? So there is this point where we get really good at what we do if we keep doing it. Right? Yeah, that happens if you don't give up. But we know that the leadership landscape is a little bit different. It's a little bit different. So I'm going to use this model, which is from the leadership circle, to kind of get into what really happens to us. When you saw the pianist playing from the first to the second to the third to the fourth to the ultimate, what do you think happened? Did you think he found like a passion and kind of he felt like, oh, this is just what I want to do? No, nothing of that happened. The only thing that happened is the impulses. You kind of felt, right? He was hitting on the keys like that. So in leadership also, we are very reactive and impulsive in the first few years, right? And then what happens? Gradually, you start to get seasoned. So what I want to touch on is that we all, as human beings, need to master this consciousness competence, because that's what leadership is about. But what happens? Because things happen so fast, leadership is quite demanding. So this happens. We all have something that we call our reactive tendencies. I'm going to use some of my client stories to kind of bring this forth for you, right? So according to the leadership circle, there is one which says complying. So some of us fall into the reaction, just like the cartoon character Cinderella, right? You really love people, right? And you love them, but you also want to feel that they love you. So you will not hurt them in any way. You want to please them. So we do everything to belong. Now, this is one reaction that we can have in leadership. The second one is that we can be protecting. What happens there? You have some strong values and you think that everyone else who don't have values are not aligned to you, so you distance yourself, you're critical about themselves, and then even in a meeting you might say, they are not going to change anything. Does that happen? Yes, it does. And for me, that's like Velma, Scooby-Doo, right? And then the third reactive competency, or the reaction that we can see, is what we call controlling. So who do you think is the cartoon character that will represent that? Come on, any guesses? Any guesses? Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Sometimes in leadership, we become like this. We want to control, we want perfection, we want to drive results. When people don't do it right, we will take it and do it. So all of this happens, right? Am I right to say that? Yeah, I'm sure. We all, including me, we all have a reaction that can come in the way. So what I want you to do is think about yourself. So we're going to go on a bit of a journey to understand your leadership and how you lead, right? So when you look at these three reactive tendencies, can you pick up one that you think is dominant for you? Whenever things are not okay, you fall into that. Can you think of one? For those of you who think you're like Cinderella, who doesn't want to upset anyone and is complying, hands up. Come on, hands up. Oh, we have a few, okay? For those of you who think you're like Velma and you're like so critical about everyone else and you distance yourself, hands up. We have a few again. For those of you who think that, oh, my dominant style is to control, to want perfection, to drive results, hands up. We definitely have a little bit more for that, right? And that's the usual tendency. So what I want you to do is, let's stand up, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to pick the partner next to you. You're going to pick the partner next to you. So just make sure you have one person, and this person is one significant person today during this session, right? Not the significant one in your life, but for some of you it might be as well, right? But one significant person. So share with your partner whatever you know, what makes you fall into this reaction, okay? You can share with your partner one way, and your partner will also share, and both of you will listen to each other. Are we good to go? Right, let's go. Okay. So shall we take a pause? I know it's difficult, challenging to stop conversations. Okay, shall we take a pause? So what happened was, you know, as human beings, if this is the human mind, this is like autopilot mode, the mind is closed. But we can open the mind. And right now, as you're sharing, whatever your autopilot mode, which is your reaction, you've started to open your mind a little bit to talk about it with someone. Are we in a good place? Okay, let's take a seat. Thank you for that. And we are going to... So what happens? You become a pianist, you did really good at it, but then you realize, oh, I can't be leading alone. It's not just about playing a piano. Now it is about kind of getting the whole orchestra going. So observe this leader and see what you see, the conductor. See what you see as you're watching this. Did you notice something about the leader? Anyone? Any thoughts? Did you notice anything? Oh, he had his eyes closed, but there was an amazing orchestra that was going on. Did that worry you by any chance? No, right? Because we don't need to control so hard, but if we can make everyone around us kind of really get it going, now there is something there. So what I want you to think is, now you know your reaction. You know what that is. And in the leadership circle profile, there are some amazing creative competencies that they speak about. One, relating. How do I relate to people? Can I stop controlling and can I start collaborating? Can I start actually mentoring and developing my team? Can I stop being protecting and be more authentic? Can I speak up? Can I actually have meaningful conversation, the tough conversations, but still speak out? And instead of really pleasing, can I understand that we're working for a larger purpose? There is something called system awareness, and we need to then step into really achieving results. So what happened? Gaston figured that he can't control, that he needs to collaborate, and now he's shifting his energy to more creative competencies. And Velma, who was protecting and being critical, decided, okay, I need to speak up, I need to connect with people, let me start having conversations. And finally, Cinderella said, this is a bigger system. I need to achieve results. I have to give feedback. I need to make some tough decisions. How do I balance this? Now, all of this is happening in one human being. And that's what makes it really interesting. Because you can't let go of the part that controls and say, okay, I'm going to let go and start collaborating now. Does it happen the next morning? No, it doesn't. Which means that we need to really understand that these are all parts of who you are. It is the whole system. Sometimes they are your roots. So if you want to flourish in leadership, you need to embrace your roots and then actually move into flourishing, just like the tree. We can't completely let go, but we can nurture, we can build, we can actually see who really am I as a leader. Now that takes deep conversation. So my invitation to all of you is to same partner, but you're going to sit on the floor this time with that partner. Pick up one creative tendency that you'd like to have. Okay? Pick up one. And can we have all of you standing up again? Beautiful. But this time, your conversation is going to be a little different. So my invitation is you're going to sit on the floor with your partner and share with them what made you pick this creative competency. Let's get going. Everyone on the floor. Come on, let's see some people on the floor. Beautiful, beautiful. You're going to share with your partner what makes you pick this creative competency. Okay. So I see you're having a conversation. Isn't it beautiful to see how... Yes? It's a little difficult. Savan ekak vitarai adu. That's where creativity starts, right? Okay. Okay, let's stand up. Let's move. Thank you for really being with me and taking the floor. So there is a big reason why we sat on the floor, because this is what deep partnership is. Now, if you really partner with someone in your team, you're no longer the boss. You and they are one. You actually partner with them in the conversation. And when you do that, what happens is you're able to open their minds to a level that they never did before. So we said generative conversations, right? Generative conversations means a real partnership. So when we open the mind to this level, what happens? We all see our blind spots. We all see and have aha moments like, oh, I never realized that this was happening when I was leading. The more you realize this, you will have collective wisdom. You will have organizations that thrive. Now, for this to happen, I know it's not easy, right, to go on the floor, right? So for this to happen, you need to connect heart to heart. You need to connect heart to heart. So if we look at the heart rhythm, you will see that when we are in incoherence, if you are in your reaction, the heart rhythm will be like what you see there. And if you're in coherence, your heart rhythm will be just like what you see. So what happens? When do we feel this coherence? We feel this coherence when we collaborate. We feel this coherence when we actually sit down and have meaningful conversations. We see this coherence when we can appreciate each other. So we live Beyond this leadership, we live in a highly complex world. Am I right? From VUCA to Bani and even more complex. So I asked ChatGPT to kind of give me a comparison of the complexity of the world right now and what it will be in 2050. And this was the image that I got. Okay, just go back. This one. So our complexity is going to be extremely high, which means there is a mismatch. What's the mismatch? The world is changing and is highly complex. We as human beings need to actually enhance our complexity to manage what's going on. Just like the operating system, right? From a DOS, we've kind of gone, yeah? The same thing. You need the hardware, but you need also the software. Which means as leaders, we always do the outer game. We learn new skills, we learn new competencies. But do we actually go into the inner game to really reflect, to understand what's going on inside you? To represent the complexity in the world, I love this clip because this was a good representation. So Dagmar Turner, a violinist. I'm sure you all heard the violinist this morning. So Dagmar Turner had to undergo a brain surgery. But she wanted to be able to play the violin even after the surgery. And the surgeons advised her to play the violin while the surgery was going on because they wanted to actually see what was going on in the brain. And this is what it looks like.
Amazing. Carry on, darling.
I'm sure this was groundbreaking. The surgery was successful. She was able to play the violin after the surgery. This is how complex the world outside is. And for us to thrive in this, we really need to connect with our heart intelligence. This is where the heart and the brain, so there's a lot to do with neuroscience here. For us to thrive, we need to connect to that heart intelligence. And my invitation to all of you, so there's a big invitation for all of us, right? Instead of pushing for results and driving, can we truly connect human to make collective wisdom happen, which means you're going to be leading an orchestra. So my invitation to all of you, we're going to experience something in terms of a shift and lift and experiencing heart intelligence. So my invitation is we're going to start to experience the energy, the field of energy, so that you can feed the field. So maybe I will invite all of you to, I think, stand up. If you like, you can close your eyes, or if not, you can keep your eyes open. Okay, I love that dub, 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 dub sound. So, I want you to close your eyes and just breathe. As you're breathing, make your breath slow. Breathe in. Focus your breathing to the heart area. Really feel the heart area expanding. Breathe in and out. Some slow breathing in and out. Focus your energy on the heart area. Just notice how everything in your body is changing. When you feel you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes and just hold that energy with you. As you have experienced this, I want you to now you have that significant person who you were having chats today, right? I'm sure someone listened to you and you listened to them. This is your moment to actually activate the heart energy and appreciate that person. How do we appreciate in our culture? Tell me, will you? Yeah? Yeah? Give a hug. Most of the time in the workplace, we say, thank you, I want you to go a little beyond thank you, You're going to actually appreciate this person by telling them what you saw them do as they were listening to you or as they were sharing. And I want you to tell them why you like it. So for an example, I might say, Roshanta kept using you, so I kind of get a lot of cues from you. I might say, I just love the way you engage, your eyes, they speak so much. And yeah, you're so responsive. And I like it because I feel there's so much energy in what you do, and I think you can give that energy to so many other people as well. So in this way, you appreciate the person who actually listened to you, who actually created a safe space for you today. Somebody said all we needed was a savan. So yeah, maybe that too. So just take a moment to appreciate the person next to you. You can do it in whatever way that you please. But you need to say a little bit more than just thank you. Let's do it. Lovely.
I have to say that to everybody.
Beautiful. So I see how beautiful it is. I see some of you holding hands, some of you hugging each other, some of you. Such a beautiful moment. Okay. So as you have appreciated each other, as you have appreciated each other, I'm going to invite you all. I think you've activated some kind of energy, the heart energy within you, and some kind of energy among you. And what I want you to do now is just use that energy, and you can maybe move around, you can kind of blend with the music, or you can, yeah, maybe move your body a little bit. And so you're going to radiate the heart energy and whatever you shared with everybody. So let's see if we can get the music on. There's a clip on the side there. That's like.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
Okay. So activate the heart energy, activate the energy that you kind of spread among each other. And yeah, you can move your hands around.
Yeah, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room is out of roof.
I love it.
Clap along if you feel like happiness
Sorry, I have to stop the music. So this is what heart intelligence can do. When we activate it, we shift and lift what's within us. And what we do is we actually connect to people around us. And just like you did just a while ago, you can just activate the whole room. So what happens when you activate the whole room is that this happens. A few hearts that were aligned right now, what did it do? It just brought the whole room into a different level of energy. And if we can do this together, if we can collaborate like this, imagine the energy in the workplace. This is the message I give to all of you, to really sense the heart intelligence, to notice that there is someone who reacts in you, and embrace that person as well. You can't throw that person away. That's one part of you that you need to kind of be talking to, you know? And that's how we nurture transformation. We can't just push a part of us and say, oh, from tomorrow I'm going to collaborate. So my invitation to all of you is to step into that heart place, because that's where you find the answers. That's where you find the aha moments. But for you to do that, you need to get into those reflective zones. Sometimes you can do it by yourself. Sometimes you need a colleague, a leader, a coach, someone to listen to you, to create that safe space. Because when we do that, what we create is not just collaboration, but we create resonance. So that's where magic happens. This is the quote I want to leave with all of you. And now I'm going to call my friend Azeem. Oya koheda. Yeah, you can all sit down.
Here.
Кто? Vonez? Se me vonez? زیر دارم. Кто? Shkardant. Edhe mos e përsërit më, qetësi.
Here.
Prap me vonez. Shkardant.
Here.
All right. How many of you have felt crying? Please put your hands up. There you go. I think the heart intelligence is working now. Why you should cry? Why you have to cry? Would like to shout out, please? I'm not going to give you mics. Why you have to cry? What's the reason? Roshant, what was the tea about, machan? What was the snack in the tea? Kottuak nemene ne? No. Why do you think we have to cry? What's the reason? You get emotional. Oh, why you have to get emotional? You don't have any of the language over there. Do you understand the language? Do you? Then why? Sorry? Body language. Wow, brilliant. Who was that? All right, let's give a round of applause for her, please. Is that enough? Is that enough? Don't get satisfied. Is that enough? No, not enough. Louder. Brilliant. Now, the whole context what we're going to talk about is about how often do we really understand the story behind any context. Yes, my colleague Andy just spoke about the heart intelligence. Bring that awareness within you. Now I'm going to talk about how do you really understand the context of another human being. Because it's not you only working in your department. There are another human being around there. Now, I don't want to make it more emotional now. Let's come back to normal situation, right? Now, here's a small guest. Can I make a request from you all if you don't mind? Is it okay? Is it okay? The Siberia side, is it okay? No hand gesture. Louder. That says, Majang, time up. The 24 minutes, bear with me. I'll keep my level best to keep you up. Right. Every time when I say the word makes sense, what's the word? Right. You give a high five to your partner next to you, left or right. Does it make sense? I am so happy Cinnamon Life don't have tube lights in the room. Awesome. Right. Let's get the back. Now, why we need to talk about whole piece of understanding other people? It's where the social awareness comes in. What is social awareness? Social awareness would be the ability for me to recognize another person's emotion or feeling. Now, how do we do that? Oh, is it black magic? Am I going to go to that crystal ball and see, oh, what is this person feeling? He's now feeling a bit sleepy because his shoulder has gone a little bit this side and, he looks, arms rested on his... I guess so, you're a bit sleepy. It's okay, bear with me for a minute. Now, social awareness is an inbuilt model like the heart intelligence. It is there. When me and you coming to this particular world, it is God-given default chip. Unfortunately, me and you has been corrupted with that chip when we are getting into this particular whole system of education and the whole corporate context. Right after that, they call us to come and do emotional intelligence training, get the guys back on. Super, no. We love those business, by the way. Don't get fooled by those. You already have it. Now, why we say we have it? Now, the story I'm going to put across, please reflect on your personal life and work life also. Because it's important to your home also. Now, how do we feel this? Is what? What we see on people in the front face is just what they see. They just try to fake it. But then again, what you see below is something we have not seen. So the heart intelligence is important for me to have my own presence here to understand what's beneath the fact. It doesn't happen at home. Now, once in a month, my wife comes and tells me, darling, what do you know about me? You guess my one answer is, I'm a coach also, no? I will say, I'm still learning about you. 14 years down the line. Can you imagine? She thinks I'm fooling. No, I'm learning. Here's my take. This is my personal belief. Nothing against any of you all. In this world, you can't understand human being. If that's the case, God will be the next level of the person. If He create us people to understand. There are wonderful book like men are from Mars and women are from Venus. We have different language, that and this. Of course, yes. We are here to learn each other. If we don't learn and try to understand, you can't do that. Because emotions cannot be understood. Because emotions are data, you need to read the data. That's what the whole fact is about. So what we want you to do is to experience the hidden fact of it. And that's where the cool word, something called, start with E. What is that? Food? No, E. That's F, food. E. And end with Y. Siberia. Isowade? Empathy. Now, golf is nearby, that's why Isowade. So, Evelyn, we can have, if you want Isowade. Empathy. What is empathy? Empathy is a skill which can be mastered. What we need is just an effort to understand how do you do it. And daily basis, me and you do this. Unfortunately, we don't label it. Do you want to try it out? Yes or no? You want to try it out? That means a yes. Please stand up. Right. Quickly pick a partner. Not the partner on your table, of another partner. Go. I'm not asking to find life partner, just a partner here. Please, quickly, hurry up. I don't have time, I have just 20 minutes. Are we ready? Right. One partner, listen very carefully. Now, this is why Scrum Masters, your product quality goes down because you don't listen to your clients. Right. One partner is your customer. Put your customers, please put your hands up. Customers, who's taking the role of a customer? Okay? Customer, you're ready? The other partner is your supplier or your project manager or Scrum Master, whoever it is you can call it. I don't know your languages. Right? Now, what does the Scrum Master or the manager does? Whatever the client asks, he have to deliver. Yes or no? Yes. So whatever the client asks, Scrum Master deliver. Kumudu, would you come to just volunteer for me, please? Yeah? Listen, I am the customer, he is the project manager, okay? Now, whatever I do, he have to do it. Ready? Okay, go. Are you ready? Customers, give a ride to your suppliers. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Move around. Jump.
Random game.
Louder.
Game start. Kissy face.
Hurry up. Keep moving.
I'm trying to kiss your lips for real. Red hearts, that's what I'm on, yeah. Come give me something I can feel. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me?
Right, that's it. Sorry, no more DJ, no entertainment. Right, now tell me. Customers, please listen. Customers, how are your suppliers? Don't sit. You're not supposed to sit, stand. Customers, tell me, how was your supplier? How was your project manager? I saw that. Right, tell me, project managers or the suppliers, tell me, how did you feel about your customer? Awesome, right? Now, do you see how empathy works? I believe yesterday there was a session called on design thinking, if I'm not mistaken. Yes or no? UI UX experience is developed based on human factor, which is called empathy. That's a key component, isn't it? Now, why you need empathy there? It's a technology, right? Why you need empathy? You don't need empathy. You may sit down. By the way, it's okay. You can sit down. I feel it. Right. So the whole is the bridge. This cafe must practice empathy. empathy is something me and you, it's important to understand. How do you bring? Because if you want to develop, I think Bruno Mars is over now. Azeem is here. It's important to understand the empathy factor. Now, why we need empathy in the workplace? To understand how people behave, how people show up. If I'm meeting you in the morning and I say, greet you, hey, good morning, and you say, morning, what do you get it? There's something within her which is reflecting from her facial expression, tonality. Now, this is called social awareness. Because of that, she has a damn bloody attitude. No, look, will you will come in my office to ask those things? Let me figure it out. I'll put the project 1 week back. Yeah, that happens, no? I know. See, yeah, that's what you do. So in important context, how empathy works, do you see this picture? This is very recently happened. And this is one of my clients also. We are so empathetic nation. Damn empathetic. They are collecting all the bottles not to give to the organization, to take home. Have a party or sell it to the third party. And the other side of it, a Korean nation, I think it's South Korea, if I'm not mistaken. Everybody comes and collects. Help the guy. Why? That person goes through certain pain. He have to bear the damage. What's missing in us? We are not no more human being because we have been human doing. Sorry, you guys are from the IT sector. I know. You have become human doing. And we are trying to influence the human being, which is God-given grace for us. Look at our homes. Don't we have organization at home? You have a CHRO. You have a CEO. You have a CFO. You have an audit. You have compliance officer. Okkamakau the wife. All his wife, not me. Don't we do that? Now, where's the empathy? Right? What you need to understand is we are going through a tough time. This is SHRM coming of the fact 82% of people are feeling lonely. How cool is that? And we are talking about communities, culture, multicultural. What are you talking about? Where's the human being content? Where's the social awareness? You know what's the loss of empathy? It's an annual loss of almost $5 million worth of revenue goes because of lack of empathy in the workplace. We have declined empathy about 58% globally. This is for a US study done. What are we talking about? Because we don't have in Sri Lanka data because we are still coming up with the digital economy. Why we are talking about? Let's talk about recent stuff. Something cool happening in Netflix these days. Any idea? Netflix. Adolescence. Did you watch it? If not, please watch it. Something me and you need to learn. A child with no connection. Child getting bullied. Parents not reading the mind of a child. When he comes in, he goes to his room, closes his door, he uses computer games. Please, have your antenna on at home. I am going through similar. I have an 11-year-old daughter. She comes home and tells me, Dad, you know what? One girl jumped from the top, 5th floor. On the interval, break time. Imagine the school. What is the community we are living in? Where's the social awareness? Where's the cultural norm? And my daughter is going through that adolescence period now. She's getting into hormone changes are happening. Attitudes are changing. She don't want to go to school. So we sit and inquiring certain things. What's the reason? Kids are bullying me, Dad. This is true fact. Please have conversation with your people, with your children. It's a tough. You know why I'm saying? She's an alpha, so-called generation, everybody tagging it out. These are the future generation workforce in your organization. If we don't correct it now, we will have good business. Thank you. Why I'm talking about this, it's important to understand how lonely can be really translated into the context. Because if you are not connected, if you are not involved, if you are not being the element of understanding human nature, it's going to be difficult. And that's why understanding human is not possible. Please start learning about human. When you get in a conversation, an argument with wife, or husband, don't ever say like, why don't you understand me? You can't. You can't understand people. What you can do is learn from people, because human evolves. And we need to evolve. In the era of AI, super tool, isn't it? I love it. I'm an EI person. I love AI. And there are a lot of argument going, you're a EI person, how do you AI? So what? I'm a human. I love it. Why am I not using it? Because you need to have EI to use AI. Does it make sense? This is called awareness. Social awareness. One clap, other side coming in. This is what you require in your organizations also. Now let's come to the beautiful part of my presentation. This is the topic. Tell me, with your whole heart intelligence piece, how often you use the F word. Please. Authenticity is important. Genuinity is important. Please put your hands up, those who F word, using F words, please. Sorry? Which F word? Very good. What is the F word you are referring to? Huh? No, can.
Fuck tamai.
That's not the F word I was talking about, my friend. Please. We are gentlemen and ladies here. With all due respect, for sure, next time, Janani is not going to invite me. But the fact, that's what you use every time. Sometimes the camera is off, mic is on. This bugger is talking about. We don't understand the damn shit thing he's thinking about. You can't understand your customers, Majang. You need to learn your customers. So the effort, what you're talking about, the feeling component. Do you ever ask about your people, how do you want to feel at work? Tell me, how do you want to feel at work? Respected. Now tell me, how do you demonstrate the respected feeling? What do you want to feel at work? Collaboratively. Very good. Collaborate, will you? You can't. Why? These are not feeling. Now tell me, how are you doing? How are you feeling now, right now? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? I am okay. How are you feeling? Feeling good. Ma'am, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Yes.
I'm a therapist and empathy is my daily work.
Right. How are you feeling at the moment?
Delighted because I had a dance.
You see the difference? Delighted, good, okay. Now tell me, is good feeling or is it a rating, appraisal rating? Okay, I am okay. Now this is the missing part in organization. If you don't know how you need to feel, you can't create a psychological safety environment. Feeling is important. If you don't encourage feeling, how many of you say, I love you to your partner, your kids, husband, wife, mom? Genuinely, how often you say? Because you're too damn busy with your Microsoft Teams and Zoom, right? Sometimes you say, I love you in Zoom, I guess. I don't know for who. What is the missing piece in the workplace? F word is missing, my friends. So how you can cultivate? Embrace emotion in the workplace, which boosts psychological safety. Now, here is my terminology. Please pardon me. I have my fellow coaches and practitioners also. The favorite topic is work-life balance. Can you do that, please? Here's my view. You can't do that. Because life is only one, which is two aspects of it, work and your life. If you try to balance one, you go off balance. Then wife starts scolding, why damn you're not coming home? I heard, I don't know, he said, wife is waiting until to kill me. There you go, my friend from Tikiri. And you work life, and your wife is okay, but your boss is, if boss is wife, but that's a different story. Okay. Now, where do you do the balance? You can't balance it. What you need is a harmony, synergy between work and life. And that's why we need to embrace emotion. Imagine if a child is sick at home, your parents sick at home, can you keep that outside your office and come inside? And when you have a tight deadline and you're going home, do you think you can leave it at the door and, hey, honey, how are you? No, you can't. What you need is support system. Support system at home, support system at office. And that's where we talk about embrace emotion to build psychological safety. Let the people speak up. Hey, boss, look, I don't feel like working today. That's okay. But don't make it a habit. So important context, my dear friend. Use the feeling word. Ask people, how do you want to work? How do you want to feel when you're at work? Because that drives performance. Because emotions determines behaviors, behaviors determines performance. If your behavior is not up to the mark in the organization performance, even me, bringing me or Andy or Roshando, will not work. But we love to have money, that's a different story. But it's not going to work. So what we are talking about, build that particular whole piece. Now, let's come to the leadership context now. So we talk about social awareness, then we talk about the effort, now we are talking about leadership. Not for me, no, Dilisha. Now, empowering others, can we do? Can you empower others? Can you empower others? Yes or no? Yes. How do you do that? Here, come, Evelyn, take the empowerment. Empowerment should not be given, empowerment should be taken. That's how our country, government do, right? They take the empowerment from us. We think we have all the rights to vote and get the people. What nonsense, they take from us. So empowerment you can't give, empowerment should be taken. Because if you have psychological safety and people feel safe to work in the organization, to speak up in any moment, hey boss, something is wrong with you, it's not right, and you entertain that particular element, people will put their hand up, I'm ready to take this initiative. Then give empowerment. Sake of he's the seniority, you have to come and do it. No, it's not going to work. Empowerment should be taken. And that's where the leadership comes in. So what we are talking about, when you want to cultivate the effort culture, the future challenge is going to be really based on empathy. Now, why I'm talking about empathy? Today is the era we are really struggling with multiple generations. This is another topic I love, generations. Yes or no? Any Gen Zs in the house? Gen Zs in the house? Okay. Any millennials in the house? So majority. Baby boomers. Y's, X. Yeah. So here's the task. We have a notion that, sorry, my dear Gen Zs, nahata anadi dial setteka. Buggers don't listen at all. They have damn attitude, you know. Please respect them. They are humans. Their era is different than me and yours. Why? We were born in an era of television. They were born in an era of internet and smartphones. We were taking files to the interview. They just walk in with the bare hands to the interview. Check my LinkedIn, yeah? Is it wrong? So here's the context of leadership. Embrace emotions and create that effort environment for them to be guided properly. This is where mentoring and coaching comes in. Their expectations are different than ours. My father was a strict person. We never see to the eye to eye when you speak to him. And that's fair enough, that's why I'm standing here. Because he loved me, so that's why he was so strict. Now can you imagine I be my father to my kids? He will go and go to the human rights, my father is suing me. I can't. I have to be a friend. So what we're asking is, try to understand human beings. No, try to learn the generations. And with all due respect, again, sorry, my dear friends, HR practitioners over here, generation label brought by the HR people. I'm a HR practitioner also. If we consider just as a human being, try to manage those emotions in the workplace. I'm not saying everybody is not perfect. By the way, 15, 20 years ago, we were also like that. Only difference is, they are inside, we are outside. What do you mean? We were every time on the outside on the road, they are now inside in the room and playing games on TikTok, and that's the difference. So you can't blame it. So let's embrace this particular emotional context in the workplace. And this is going to be very challenging for us to work around. Now, 92% just we would like to discuss mental health at work. Tell me, how many of you have so much of good conversation with your people? Forget about Gen Zs. With your own people, with your own kids, do you talk about mental well-being? No. 60% expect managers to care about their well-being. Tell me, you only want reports. Yes or no? You want to meet deadlines. Yes or no? Did you ever thought about what's stopping that person to send a deadline report? No. Let's be human beings. Because let's not make this workplace. Because we are here to build culture. And the effort culture is shaped by me and you, everybody, as human beings. Culture is not something you can plug and play. Now, if I see this black color t-shirt, right, isn't that a culture? What this culture is trying to do here? Anybody? Any guess? What is this black t-shirt set of people here trying to do as a culture? Why they are organizing this 2-day conference? For what? Malakeliya. Rashanta, what to do now? Organizers spend 30,000, 40,000 rupees ND and these buggers don't know what they're here for. He has to spread the message. There's a community like this. Let's get on board. Let's spread the message of uniqueness, discovery, alignment, agility. More importantly, yes, we are tech people, but no tech without EI. Emotion matters to develop tech. This is my way of thinking. So what we want you to understand is we can't do this thing alone without our understanding, learning about our feelings, which were heart intelligence we brought in. At the same time, we are not alone in this world. We are talking about people around here. So we need people to collaboratively work. So we need social awareness. That's why you need to cultivate F word in the organization. My friend, not the F word you told. It's the F word I'm talking about, feeling. Because that's where the trust comes in. Trust does not come just normal way. Trust comes with communication, continue communication. There are called trust triangle. Authenticity is key for trust. Logic is second key. You know what's the third key? Empathy. So let's embrace this moment. And that's what cultivating effort is about. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe this session has been such a wonderful session. I believe so. Coming last as a speaker is a curse because people I tend to sleep and I see a lot of empty, they left it. But then again, I believe, thank you very much for being part of this and having us as part of this particular process. So to wind up, we're going to do something separate. Don't worry, not apate no more. Eh? Here what we're going to do. I want you to find a partner. I want you to find a partner, not from your table. So black t-shirt, I don't want to see you here. Move around. Go and find a partner, and I want you to discuss two things. And there'll be instruction keep coming in. Please listen very carefully. Number one, what was your feeling about last 2 days? Feeling, not good, no appraisal here. Eh? Feeling. Number two, what would be your key learning? One key learning you think you had for last 2 days. Just find a partner. When I give the sign, we keep changing. Okay? Okay? Right? Go. Slow down. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. No time. Just find a partner. What was your feeling for last 2 days and what's your key learning? All right, are we done? Now,
can get ready.
2 people, go meet another 4 people. Make a 6 people group. 6 people group, go. Group of 6. Group of 6, please. Group of 6. Group of 6. Make a circle. Make a circle. Group of 6. Group of 6, please. Make a circle.
Okay, you need to get into groups of 6.
Group of 6, please.
Make sure you have 6. If not, keep moving. We can still see 2. So
6,
you need
please.
6
6.
people.
Right. Now, ready? So those 6 people talk about one learning. Those 6 people talk about one learning. What would be the one learning? 6 people talk about one learning. What is the one learning? Right. We are good? Ready? Here's the next one. Here's the next one. Now, let's make a group of 10 and discuss one learning and one feeling. 10 people. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Daya. 10 people. 10.
Groups of 10. Groups of 10. Make sure you have 10 with you.
10. No finance
10,
people
10.
in the room. All tech people.
You need 10 people. One feeling, one learning.
One feeling, one learning. 10 people.
10 people.
Please, search. Plug in.
One feeling, one learning for all 10. Yeah. So now co-create one feeling, one learning.
Right. Circle. All right. Are we ready? Ready? Yes. You want 3 more? That's okay. Now, what we are going to do is, we are going to expand this particular 10 people circle into one particular circle. I'm going to give you 60 seconds to make a big one circle in the room.
One big circle.
Yes, hurry up.
So we need one big circle in the room. Beautiful.
One big circle, and it's okay, you can hold your hands. Let's forgive for today. Tell your wife and husband that you're holding your hands for someone else. Right? Yeah? Right. Can I invite that place to come a bit forward,
Come in
please? Bit forward. Forward, yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Come a bit forward,
Yeah.
front.
You're okay.
Yeah, you better avoid the light, otherwise, right? Now, listen to very carefully for the instructions. Now, we learned about 2 aspects by end of the session. One is about the heart intelligence, by my colleague did, and what's about the social awareness. Can you please plug in, please?
So everyone needs to be connected to the circle.
Everybody needs to be connected to the circle. Please hold the hands, please. Hold hands.
You can all hold hands.
Yeah, take permission if you want. That's okay. God will forgive you today. And wife also, husband also. Right? Are we good? Right. Something we are going to do now. So there are going to be a beat coming in. Listen to the beat. Can we put the sound down? Listen to the beat. And it's going to be the reflection of your heartbeat. So listen to your heart. Dilisha, can we have the sound off?
So just like we started, focus on your heart.
Check.
And listen to the beat and try to reflect. What was your feeling at the moment you're feeling about this moment? And if you want, you can close your eyes and think about what are you going to take out to build this size of community in this region, and how this whole process can be taken out to other part of our country. Here we are to build a community. And let's listen to the heartbeat.
So as you're focusing on your heartbeat and you're holding hands of the other person, if you focus enough, you will hear the heartbeat of the other person as well. So this is the heartbeat we want you to kind of take out of this room. This conference is not just an event. It's a movement. It's a community that we want you to create when you go out there. So as you have decided that this is the learning, think of what is the commitment and intention that you're going to take outside the room, and what's the ripple effect that you're going to create in the community. With that, we hope that you create this community and keep the movement going. Just like we said in heart intelligence, your heartbeat is the shift that you're creating for yourself. And when you connect with each other, you create that energy around each one of you. And when we can really give that energy out, there is some amazing energy field that we create. And let's experience that energy field to see what really happens now.
On that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your lovely evening spending with us. And I wish you all the very best. And signing off, myself and Andy, Aiboan, and have a rest of the blessed evening.
Thank you,
very
everyone.
much.
Aiboan.
Everybody, give a big round of applause to Kaleidoscope. We have Chamila Ratnayaka, Saranga Besinga, Ajit Pereira, Sameer Batagoda, Umesh Ranga, Saranga Chulasinga, Sarda Chulasinga, and Dumidu Chulasinga representing Kaleidoscope. And now, we've come to a segment which we know has to be done. We need to give thanks to a lot of people, but first of all, we missed out giving 2 tokens of appreciation. May I kindly invite our wonderful 2 presenters for the final session, Andrea and Azeem, on stage to receive their tokens of appreciation. May I have Rumesh and Janani to give away the tokens to these 2, please? Give them a round of applause. Come on.